Have you ever wondered why military coups have been a recurring theme in the history of Bangladesh? The reasons behind these coups are as complex as they are intertwined. And today, we will delve into these intriguing facets of Bangladesh's history. As we unravel the history of military coups in Bangladesh, it's impossible to overlook the assassination of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the founding leader of Bangladesh. This event in 1975 is closely related to the subsequent military coups in the country. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, also known as Bangabandhu, was a charismatic leader who led Bangladesh to independence from Pakistan in 1971. However, his government faced significant challenges, including economic difficulties, corruption allegations, and political unrest. His attempts to consolidate power and transform Bangladesh into a one-party state were met with widespread opposition, creating a power vacuum that paved the way for military intervention. On the fateful night of August 15, 1975, a group of military officers stormed into Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's residence, assassinating him along with most of his family members. This coup d'etat plunged the nation into a state of shock and confusion. In the immediate aftermath of the coup, the country was thrown into a power struggle, resulting in the rise of military regimes. Major General Ziaur Rahman played a significant role in the political developments that followed the assassination of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and the subsequent military coup in Bangladesh. Here's an overview of his involvement. 1. Assumption of power, Following the assassination of Sheikh Rahman in August 1975, a power struggle ensued within the military. Major General Ziaur Rahman emerged as a key figure in this period of instability. He initially supported the coup led by Kandakar Mostak Ahmad, but later played a central role in ousting Mostak's regime and assuming power himself. 2. Declaration of martial law, In November 1975, Major General Ziaur Rahman declared martial law and assumed the presidency, effectively becoming the de facto leader of Bangladesh. His declaration of martial law marked the beginning of a period of military rule in the country. 3. Consolidation of power, As president, Ziaur Rahman took steps to consolidate his power and legitimize his rule. He initiated a process of constitutional amendments, which ultimately led to the adoption of a new constitution in 1978. The new constitution established a presidential system of government, with Ziaur Rahman as the first elected president under the new framework. 4. Policies and governance, Ziaur Rahman's presidency was characterized by a mix of authoritarianism and attempts at economic and political reform. He implemented policies aimed at promoting economic development, decentralizing administration, and improving relations with foreign countries. However, his regime was also criticized for human rights abuses, suppression of political dissent, and restrictions on press freedom. 5. Assassination, Ziaur Rahman's tenure as president came to an abrupt end when he was assassinated in a military coup on May 30, 1981. The coup was reportedly led by elements within the military dissatisfied with Zia's rule. His assassination further deepened the political instability in Bangladesh and set the stage for subsequent power struggles and military interventions. Overall, Major General Ziaur Rahman played a pivotal role in the tumultuous political landscape of Bangladesh during the post-independence period. His ascent to power, consolidation of authority, and eventual assassination are closely intertwined with the broader narrative of military coups and political upheavals in the country. The assassination of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and the subsequent military rule led to a period of intense political instability in Bangladesh. It marked the beginning of a cycle of military coups and counter-coups that lasted until the 1990s, with military playing a dominant role in the country's politics. The long-term effects of the coup are still visible in Bangladesh's political trajectory. The legacy of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, Major General Ziaur Rahman, and the military coups that followed continue to shape the country's political landscape, contributing to the ongoing power struggle between the major political parties and the perception of the military as the guardians of national interest. In summary, the assassination of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and the military coups that followed were interconnected events that plunged Bangladesh into a period of political turmoil and instability. The legacy of these events continues to influence the country's politics and governance to this day. As we delve further into the topic, it will become evident that these historical events have had a profound impact on the political, Socio-economic and geopolitical aspects of Bangladesh. The primary aspect for consideration is the landscape of political turbulence. After a bloody liberation war, Bangladesh won its independence from Pakistan in 1971. Ever since, the country has been navigating through a stormy political terrain characterized by frequent shifts in government and intense power struggles between the major political parties, the Awami League and the Bangladesh Party, BNP. This level of political polarization has frequently ignited violent protests, strikes and disruptions, resulting in an environment that is conducive for military intervention, with the armed forces often viewing themselves as the guardians of national interest and power stabilizers. Continuing our exploration, we delve into the deep-seated issues of governance in Bangladesh. A pervasive corruption has infiltrated nearly all aspects of governance, from politics to bureaucracy, and not sparing law enforcement. This enduring predicament, coupled with inefficiency and a glaring deficit in good governance, has marred Bangladesh's political voyage. Accusations of corruption and nepotism against civilian leaders have not only eroded public trust, but also have ignited calls for transformation. This situation at times has set the stage for military takeovers as a reaction to the perceived failures in governance. Despite making noteworthy strides in areas such as poverty mitigation and human development, Bangladesh still confronts socio-economic obstacles like pervasive poverty, insufficient infrastructure, and restricted access to healthcare and education. When civilian administrations ineffectively dealing with these problems or enforcing policies to enhance the population's living standards, it can breed discontent that the military might leverage to vindicate its intervention. Next, we delve into regional geopolitics. Bangladesh's geopolitical position makes it inherently susceptible to regional power dynamics and influences. Nestled between its neighbors, the dynamics with India being one of particular interest introduces a level of complexity. Issues revolving around border disputes, water-sharing agreements, and migration have occasionally heightened tensions. This geographical alignment, within close proximity to countries such as Myanmar, influences Bangladesh's internal dynamics. The possibility of external actors seeking to meddle or destabilize Bangladesh for their own strategic interests cannot be ruled out. This could further exacerbate internal political tensions, thereby increasing the likelihood and providing potential opportunities for military intervention. Lastly, we cannot ignore the profound influence and role of the Bangladesh military, which is similar to many other countries. Military not only ensures national defense, but is also significantly involved in governance and socio-economic development spheres. Over the years, the military has taken political reins multiple times, often under the pretext of restoring order, fighting corruption, or protecting national security. This has led to a perspective among certain segments of society that the military is a more dependable and competent institution compared to civilian governments, thus further legitimizing its propensity for intervention. Let's remember that each coup carries its distinctive triggers and situations. Nevertheless, these broader factors have deeply influenced the pattern of military engagement in Bangladesh's political arena. When these elements combine with the specific circumstances unique to each coup attempt or successful coup, they create a recurring pattern of military involvement in the country's politics. By acknowledging and understanding these factors, we can see a clearer image of the forces that have affected the course of Bangladesh's historical narrative. It should be noted that initiatives to bolster democratic institutions, encourage good governance, address socio-economic issues, and cultivate political stability play a fundamental role in diminishing the chances of future military coups in the country. Let's explore some additional aspects that have contributed to the occurrence of military coups in Bangladesh. Firstly, the role of the military in Bangladesh has historically been a powerful institution with significant influence over the country's politics and society. This influence can often be a catalyst for military coups, especially during times of political turmoil or instability. Secondly, Bangladesh has experienced several periods of constitutional crisis marked by disputes over electoral processes, the legitimacy of governments, and constitutional amendments. These crises often create a power vacuum that can be filled by military intervention. Thirdly, the legacy of the Bangladesh Liberation War of 1971, which led to the country's independence from Pakistan, remains a deeply significant event in the national psyche. This legacy continues to influence the country's politics and the military's role within it. Fourthly, International pressure from foreign powers or regional organizations can also influence the dynamics of military coups in Bangladesh. These external factors can either deter or encourage military interventions, depending on the geopolitical context and the interests of these external actors. Lastly, cultural and religious factors also play a role. Bangladesh, being a culturally diverse country with a rich heritage and a majority Muslim population, faces unique challenges in balancing its cultural and religious identities with its political and institutional structures. In conclusion, the occurrence of military coups in Bangladesh is a complex phenomenon influenced by a combination of internal and external factors, historical legacies, and institutional dynamics. Addressing the underlying causes of political instability, promoting democratic governance, and strengthening civilian institutions are essential steps towards reducing the likelihood of future military interventions. This will foster sustainable development and prosperity in the country. Let's delve deeper into some more aspects that have contributed to the occurrence of military coups in Bangladesh. Firstly, economic factors. Bangladesh has faced challenges related to economic development, including high levels of poverty, unemployment, and economic inequality. Economic mismanagement by civilian governments, coupled with factors such as inflation and currency devaluation, can lead to public discontent and social unrest. In such situations, the military may perceive itself as a stabilizing force capable of implementing economic reforms and restoring confidence in the economy, prompting intervention. Secondly, media and information control. The control of media and information dissemination has played a significant role in shaping public perceptions and influencing political outcomes in Bangladesh. Governments, both civilian and military, have often sought to control or manipulate the media to shape public opinion in their favor. Restrictions on press freedom and censorship measures can contribute to a lack of transparency and accountability, creating conditions ripe for military intervention under the guise of restoring order or protecting national interests. Thirdly, ethnic and regional politics. Bangladesh is home to diverse ethnic and regional identities, each with its own political aspirations and grievances. Ethnic tensions and regional disparities in resource allocation and political representation have sometimes fueled separatist movements and conflicts. The military may intervene in such situations to preserve national unity and territorial integrity, although its actions can also exacerbate ethnic tensions and undermine efforts towards peaceful resolution of conflicts. Fourthly, international security concerns. Bangladesh's geopolitical location in South Asia places it at the crossroads of regional power dynamics and security threats. Factors such as terrorism, transnational crime, and border disputes can pose significant challenges to national security. The military may justify its intervention by citing the need to address these security threats and safeguard the country's sovereignty. However, military interventions driven by security concerns can also result in human rights abuses and undermine democratic institutions. Lastly, civil-military relations. The nature of civil-military relations in Bangladesh has evolved over time, influenced by historical legacies, political ideologies, and institutional dynamics. Periods of civilian rule have often been marked by tensions and power struggles between elected governments and the military establishment. Attempts to assert civilian control over the military or to reform the armed forces have sometimes been met with resistance, leading to political instability and, in some cases, military coups. These additional factors further highlight the complex interplay of political, economic, social, and security dynamics that have contributed to the occurrence of military coups in Bangladesh. Addressing these underlying issues and promoting inclusive governance, respect for human rights, and peaceful resolution of conflicts are crucial steps towards building a stable and prosperous democracy in the country.